All right, everybody. We're having some real tough technical issues, so I'm gonna do this. I don't want to miss this race, so I'm just gonna record it with me talking along. It looks like it's been a very exciting race so far. We've missed so much. Unfortunately, I've had technical issues. My internet's gone down. Not that great. Restarted it, came back, still having issues with it. So it may be a city thing, maybe a Ken thing, but I don't want to keep you away from the racing. So with 22 minutes remaining, we've got Delorto out in front, followed by Pingu, Abras, Royco Boosted, who did have an incident, has worked his way back up into fourth. We've got Alex, Borobex, the Saint, we've got Kiter in the pit. He's been in the pit for some time. So of the GT4s, we've got Ben, followed by Goblin up in second place, DOR Davey, Wickham Boy, Money J, Deke, Fletch, Guarded Wing, and Mayako. So let's try and pick up with some racing here. Let's have a look at DOR Davey up against the Goblin of War. Unfortunately, can't keep looking over for his comments, but there aren't any. Because we've had a catastrophic network issue for tonight, but that's for me, not for you to worry about. We're gonna watch some racing. So this is the Global E Armchair Racing. I'm Kenny Lemons. Unfortunately, it's just me. Don't have any. Here's Abros. Abros in one of those faster cars getting past Davey, and now here comes Roy. Sounds like with the some of the chatter, the traffic did prove to be an issue on this track. So let's have a look at Roy as he gets in behind Davey. Take this long, sweeping left-hander. Nice and clean as Roy goes by. We are looking at Goblin still chasing down Notorious Ben. Royco chasing down Abros. DOR Davey is in. Oh, that's Royco going a little bit wide. Oh no, here comes Davey real fast too along the outside. So Davey cuts back to the inside. It's his line. Royco is able to manage to save that. Keeps himself in fourth place. 2 seconds behind Abros. Still got Goblin of War in behind Notorious Ben for second place, but DOR Davey looked like he was making up time as the GT3s got past them. So let's look at Abros here, currently in third position. Coming in behind the GT4 of Guarded Wings. Guarded Wings holds the line. Abros goes by. So let's flick back to Royco. What's happening with Royco in the back there? So Abros goes a little bit wide. Kicks up some gravel. Here comes Royco Boosted. He's going to tuck in behind Notorious Ben. See if he can catch a slipstream before he steps out. And takes that corner. So didn't seem to slow anybody down too much. That's Roy 4.3 seconds behind the third place of Abros, but we know how quick Roy is. Still 20 minutes to go. Not quite sure how what the incident was or how that went. So, and I can't even ask you guys on Twitch. Just a great night on the track, but a horrible night in the broadcast booth. You know what it was? I didn't have Robbo with me. That's what the problem was. That's never gonna happen again. As in the back there, we can see the Saint coming up in behind Goblin of War, Notorious Ben. That's for first and second place of the GT4. So we're going to continue to watch this for a little bit. And that's Guarded Wings going right into the tire wall. This corkscrew is one heck of a complex of turns. If you don't catch it just right, it will wreck your day. Goblin making up time there. Wow, look at this. Could Goblin go up in a second? Is the Fat Bloke Racing. The Saint comes in behind these two guys. They're going to stick to the line. The Saint is an experienced racer. We, very predictable scenario right here. There you go. Fat Bloke just steps out around Goblin. Gonna tuck him behind Ben. Looks like he'll give him the corner. Attaboy, Saint. Look at that. Gives these guys the room to race. Again, thinks about it. Fat Bloke thinks about it, or the Saint thinks about it for a little bit. He knows what's coming up. He knows this racetrack. There you go. You just wait for another little bit of a straight. Easy breezy. Nobody loses too much time. That is how you do it with mixed class racing on the track. The story of the night that I missed was Royco Boosted. Royco Boosted down into 4th place. I know he was in around 7th when we started to have the technical issues, and I'm not quite sure. There is some chatter, but until the stewards see the footage, I don't make decisions in the commentary booth. That is not what I'm here to do. Apparently, what I'm here to do is to have technical difficulties, and then come back at you with some pre-recorded racing action. So by the time you see this, everybody will know the result. I don't know the result yet, but it's going to be an exciting last about 15 minutes worth of racing. So what we missed the pit stops. So everybody had to have a mandatory pit stop for tires and fuel. Looking at Alex coming behind the Goblin here. Hour on the track. We're rounding down to 16 and a half minutes. We had Roy start on pole position, knocked back down the pack, has climbed his way back up into 4th. Delorto started in second, if I remember right, and has pushed himself up into the front. So here comes Alex going around Goblin, real nice and easy. Nice one, everyone involved. Then we've got Abros. Abros up into 3rd place. 3.5 seconds behind. A bit of a lap. We'll wait for the timing screens to catch up. But it's Royco Boosted who's about 3.5 seconds behind Abros, but making up time. There's Roy. Looks like he's got a little bit of clear track in front of him. But that's Abros, not too far in front of Roy. You can see him just coming into the picture there. So let's watch this for a little bit, but keep our eye on that race between Notorious Ben and Goblin Award. That could be an interesting race as it rounds down. So here comes Abros up into some of the GT4 traffic. Let's see what happens here. This is when it's going to get interesting. So there's Deke holding the line. Abros squeezes past him. Oh, well done there. Situational awareness. That was really well done on the point of Deke there. So Abros is going to come up in behind Mayako, while Roy will come up in behind Deke. So there is Abros getting past. Here comes Roy. Squeezing to the inside of Deke. No contact. Here comes Roy coming up in behind Mayako. Yeah, he can see Abros. He can see him now. He knows. So that's Mayako going wide. Maybe to let Roy through. Maybe not. Maybe had a bit of an incident through that corner. But he doesn't want to get in the way of the Royco Boosted. Back a little farther, we've got Notorious Ben and Goblin. Goblin, less than half a second, and here's Delorto. Delorto coming up in behind, so that's the leader of the race. And Boro Beck, so look at this, 2 GT4s, 2 GT3s, side by side. Goblin hangs back. Well done. The two GT3s go through. The two GT4s go through. But look at that. Goblin of War has come out on top after that. He is just mere meters behind Notorious Ben. Excellent racing. Excellent racing from Goblin of War. It's amazing to see him, DOR Davey, about 8 seconds back. He's going to push now. He wants this first place. He wants this, top step of the podium. But also a very experienced racer. He's not going to push too hard. He's not going to worth wrecking this race with a silly move. Nice. As they go down through that corkscrew, that lots of elevation change here. Car gets light and then gets heavy. It's really tough to keep it on the track. And there's Goblin just tucking it in behind Notorious Ben. What fantastic racing. Bumper to bumper. Unfortunately, you guys aren't able to see this live. I'm able to see it live, but I will post the recording. And that is Goblin of War getting past Notorious Ben for the lead of the race in the GT4s. It looks like Notorious Ben let him by there. Not quite sure what happened. Maybe he's carrying some damage from some of the stuff that we weren't able to see. But Goblin of War, congratulations, out in the lead of this race. So let's flip back to Royko. So Royko less than 2 seconds in behind Abros. This will be all kinds of fun. We're on board with Notorious Ben right now. Still chasing down Goblin. Goblin of War just getting past him less than a lap ago. Fantastic racing. In the GT3s, we've got Delorto well out in the front, followed by Pingu, Abros, and then the story of the night, we've got Royko boosted in 4th place. 10 minutes to make up. Just over a second to grab that last place on the podium. Sprinkle some of the champagne or orange juice or whatever your fancy is. In 5th, we've got Alex, Borobex, Fat Bloke Racing the Saints, and rounding it out, we've got Kiter. Of the GT4s, we've got Goblin of War and Notorious Ben, Davey, Wickenboy, Money J down in 13th place, but that is 5th place of the GT4s. That's interesting to see. We wouldn't have expected that leading into this race, but again, we missed a lot of it, and we don't know what happened. We've got Deke, then Fletch, then Guarded Wing, and Mayako rounding out the field. So here's Guarded Wing. Abros gets past him cleanly. Here comes Royko. Also gets passed cleanly. While we keep our eye on this, it looks like Goblin has extended that lead on Notorious to up over a second now. We're up in the helicopter, we're watching Royco Boosted chase down Abros. We knew Abros was going to be quick tonight, but we didn't think that, I'm sure he didn't think that he'd be looking at Royco Boosted in his rearview mirror with 8 minutes remaining in this lap, just inching closer and closer. As these guys will start to come up on some traffic now. Oh no, oh, well done. Keep that straight. That's car number 51 we just saw. Oh, here comes Roy. Didn't look like, that was maybe a little bit of a love tap, letting him know that he's there. I think that was Money J in the background as we watch these guys having a bit of a hard time. Maybe got it's been a long race. I mean, I missed most of it. It's been a long afternoon for me dealing with the technical gremlins. But an hour racing these cars on this track, it definitely takes a ton of focus as Roy is closing the gap on Abros. Don't think they'll catch Pingu, and I don't think they'll catch Delorto, but it will definitely get interesting in the last few laps around Laguna Seca. As again, they start to come in on some traffic. Here's the car, the GT4 of Whitcomb Boy. Whitcomb Boy currently in 4th place, not going to risk anything. Again, hold the line. Here's Royco. Saw a bit of a gap. Took it. He's chasing. We know he's had a tough race, so he's going to push a little bit harder than we're used to seeing Royco push. Not very often do we see Royco with traffic in front of him. So this is unfortunately probably the my least favorite race to miss, or my most favorite race so far. Looks like it's been exciting, but unfortunately I've missed it. We're keeping our eye out because Notorious Ben is within a half a second of Goblin of War. Let's check that out. So that's Goblin of War in front of Notorious Ben. It's like these guys are still battling it hard after Goblin took first place from Notorious Ben about 2 laps ago. We'll pick it back up with Royco. Royco boosted. Oh, so this is what's going to happen. Within the last 5.5 minutes of racing, Abros and Royco boosted are going to come up on Goblin of War and Notorious Ben. This is going to be a fight to the finish between these 4 cars. Absolutely amazing. So here we go. This, we're looking at Abros. Okay, so that's Ben just pulling. Was that Ben? Nope. Sorry. Excuse me. That was not Ben. So these 2 guys are going to come up on Davies. So Abros tucked in behind the GT4 of Davey. Roy tucked right in behind him. We know Davey sticks to the line. There you go. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. As Royco goes to the inside and makes the move, and does he make it stick through the corkscrew? A little bit of touching, but Abros seems to have kept the position there. And that's, my friends, is what we call a rubbins. So Royco boosted, maybe lost a little bit of time, but he did see a gap. And what's that old saying? If you see a gap and you don't go for it, you're not racing. And these 2 racers are racing hard. So Goblin of War and Ben. Goblin of War seems to have picked up a little bit of time on Ben back in the GT4s with 4 minutes remaining in this race, but there's another tough battle. So rounding it down, we're looking at Royco boosted chase down Abros in the GT3s. Looks like Delorto and Pingu still well out in front. Let's do this. There we go. Let's hop on board with Royco. Just turn that down a touch. So here's Royko going to the inside. Does he make it stick? Notorious Ben just on the outside, and he doesn't. Look at that was Abros on the outside. No. Again, Notorious Ben wasn't exciting as I had made it out to be. My goodness, let's get back in here. Let's get some cameras going. All right, so Abros getting past Goblin of War. Royko getting past Goblin of War. That should bring Davey a little bit closer. Sorry, Notorious Ben a little bit closer to Goblin. So after that bit of an incident in the corkscrew, it looks like Roy's lost a bunch of time on Abros. He was down to less than half a second. He's 3 3/4 seconds behind Abros. Less than 2.5 minutes remaining in this race. We're looking at Goblin of War and Notorious Ben. This is for first and second place of the GT4s. There's Royko. Out in front, we've got Delorto, Pingu, Abros. Then we've got what we're looking at here. Royko boosted. And Alex, Borobex, the Saints. And then Kiter. Got Goblin of War out in first place in the GT4s. Notorious Ben. Pushing. Really pushing there. Davey getting up into the mix there. Just flashed. He was about just over 2 seconds behind these guys, but I think he's making up time. After Davey, we've got Wickham Boy. Notorious Ben looks at the outside. That's a dangerous place for a pass, but can he get better off the corner? Goblin comes across and covers the line. But you see what's happening here as these two guys battle it out. Here comes Davey. Notorious Ben goes to the inside. Can he make it stick? Some contact there. Looks like he got a little bit loose, but held it. DOR Davey is right up into the mix. This is where it all comes down to this. Who's going to be braver in the braking zone? This is Notorious Ben taking first place back away from Goblin, but Goblin comes to the inside. Is he going to be better? It's a little bit of that do-si-do. It's Notorious Ben, Goblin of War, Notorious Ben. They touch and they spin. It's DOR Davey taking first place in the GT4s. How quickly can these two cars spin back around? That's Notorious Ben getting a little bit loose. Let's Goblin up. So I believe that was Davey, then Goblin of War, Notorious Ben, but I'm not sure if there's Wickham getting in the middle of the stuff. Almost put himself into the wall. These guys are battling so hard. And again, Notorious Ben and Goblin. That will definitely let Wickham Boy through, it looks like. And Alex comes screaming up the inside out of nowhere in a GT3. What is going on at the end of this race? It has been absolutely mayhem. And while we watch that action, we just realized the clock winds down to 0. We've got Davey out in front of the GT4s. There's Goblin of War, and Notorious Ben in behind him, looking a little scraped up. Wickham Boy, sorry, let's go back to the top of the order. Delorto, Pingu, Abros, Royko boosted, Alex, Borobex, the Saint, Kiter. We just watched some absolute insanity. Amazing, super entertaining between DOR Davey, Notorious Ben, Wickham Boy going up into another third place, another podium for Wickham Boy, getting those points. Money J, Goblin, Deke, and I'm sorry I missed that. That is Delorto taking the checkered flag, the first one away from Roy in this series. We'll look at Pingu as he comes across the line. He will most certainly be second unless something absolutely catastrophic happens on this absolutely catastrophic night. Down in the GT4s, that is a few races ending. Absolute. I don't even know what to say in the last few minutes of that race. So there's Pingu taking second. Abro should easily take third in front of Royco Boosted. Never mind, look at this. Down to the straight. Royco Boosted just in behind, but just not enough. That's Abros taking third. Roy taking fourth, followed by Alex Borobex, the Saint Kiter, Dr. Davy, and we're getting a little bit lovey after the race. A little hug and a kiss, that's what we call that. The GT4s, we've got Davy, Notorious Ben, Wickham Boy, Money J, Heartbreak City for Goblin of War, followed by Deke, Fletch, Guarded Wings, and Mayako. Guys, I'm going to post this as quickly as possible because this has been an absolute beauty to watch. I'm really, really sorry about the technical issues. I'm going to be working on those for our next race. But silver lining, friends, we got to see all of that action. And on that note, this is me. I'm Kenny Lemons. This is the Global E Armchair Racing. This has been Sunday Night League Racing. Thank you for joining me. Post-race, everybody have a great night. And I promise I'll sort this stuff out.